In this class, we will discuss about question number 13, exercise 9.1, some applications of trigonometry. So what about this question? Observe, age observed from the top of a 75-meter high lighthouse from the sea level. So what is the given in the question? We are having one lighthouse. What? Observe, CD is what? Lighthouse. Where? From the sea level. What is the given? Age observed from the top of 75-meter high lighthouse. Lighthouse height is what? 75 meter. We assumed CD is what? Lighthouse, and its height is given in the question, that is what? 75 meter. From the sea level. How we are measuring this height? From the sea level. We are having AC is what? Sea level. From this level, height of lighthouse is what? 75 meter. It is given in the question. Now, the angles of depression. Angles of depression means angle below the horizontal line. We are having horizontal line. Once we lower our head, then angle with line of sight with horizontal line, that is called what? Angle of depression. Clear? So what? The angle of depression of two ships are 30 degree and 45 degree. So from the top of where? What? From the top we observed what? From the top of the 75 meter high light stone, what we are observing? What? We are having two ships. Where? Two ships are having 30 degree and 45 degree angles of depression from the top of the sea level. From this level, we are observing two ships are where? At the sea level. Clear? Two ships A and B are there. We are observing from this one. So, with horizontal line of sight making what? Angle of depression. And we are having in the question, what about the angle of depression? From the top level, for this ship, angle of elevation is 30 degree. And for this ship, angle of elevation is what? 45 degree. Clear? Both are what? Angles of depression. Clear? If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, it is given where ships are there, one ship is exactly behind the other one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, it is given in the question. No problem. Find the distance between two ships. We want to find, we are having two ships A and B. What will be the distance between both? We want to find. Observe. Easy question. We are having one lighthouse, and height of that lighthouse from the sea level is what? 75 meter. From the top of the lighthouse, we are observing what? Two ships. An angle of depression of the two ships will be what? 30 degree. Given in the question, 30 degree and 45 degree. Clear? One ship having 30 degree, another ship having what? 45 degree. Clear? We want to find the distance between both the ship will be what? And some points given in the question. What? If one ship is exactly behind of the other, on the same side of the lighthouse, then we want to find this distance. Easy question. Observe, this is the horizontal line, and from the top of this one lighthouse, we are having line of sight this one and making angle 30 degree. So this is what? Angle of depression. This is the horizontal line, and line of sight making angle what? 45 degree. So we can say this is also what? Angle of depression. So we are having two angle of depression. So this OD line this is the horizontal line, and sea level, this is also horizontal. So two straight lines are there, and there are two transversal, one is AD, other one is BD. So once we are having two straight line, one transversal there, then we are getting interior angles, and in which this angle will be the this interior angle, this and this one will be what? Interior angle, and they are what? Alternate interior angle. This angle will be equal to this one. Why? Because once we are having two straight line, one transversal will be there, then alternate interior angles will be equal. So this is 30 degree, so automatically this angle will be 30. Why? Because they are what? Alternate interior angle. Now once we consider this transversal BD, then we are getting this angle will be equal to this one. Why? Because two straight lines are there, and this is transversal. Again we are getting same what? Alternate interior angles, or we know well what? Alternate interior angles will be equal. Clear? So how we will solve this question, how we will find this distance? So first we are assuming it is given in the question, height of the line of lighthouse, height of the lighthouse from the sea level is what? 75 meter. We assumed CD is what? 75 meter. It is what? Given in the question, height of the lighthouse from the sea level. AC is what? Sea level we assumed. Clear? Now AB is the distance. AB is the distance between two ships. We are having two ships A and B, and distance between will be what? Y we assumed. And BC will be what? Distance between this ship to this one. This will be what? X meter. Clear? Now angle ODA will be equal to CAD. Why this angle is equal to this one? Why? Because both are what? Alternate interior angle. We studied. Clear? Angle ODB, it means this 45 degree angle will be equal to CBD. This one again we can say this 45 degree will be equal to this one. Why? Because both are what? Alternate interior angles. Two straight lines are there. This will be the transversal. Then we can say alternate interior angles will be what? Equal. Clear? Now this is the basic idea about the question, but we want our task to find this one. So we are having this height. This we assumed as a y, and this we assumed as a x. Now these are looking as a right triangle, so we will consider we are having two right triangle, this one and this one. So one by one we are considering. In right angle triangle CAD, once we consider for this triangle acute angle is 30 degree, its opposite will be what? Perpendicular, and its adjacent will be what? Base. So we will use base and perpendicular we are having, so we will use what? Tangent theta trigonometric ratio. Clear? So we will use theta will be what? 30 degree. So tangent 30 degree will be what? Perpendicular CD upon AC. AC is what? Base for this angle. Clear? So now put the values, then what we are getting? Tangent 30 we know well, 1 upon square root of 3 equal to CD. CD is the height of lighthouse from the sea level. It is given in the question, and this is what? 75 meter. And AC is what? We assumed distance between two ships plus this distance. So we can say x plus y will be what? Value of x plus y. Solve this one, then what we are getting? We can say x plus y can be written as, x and y are two variables, and two variables linear equation we are getting. X plus y will be equal to 75 square root of 3. Put equation number 1. Clear? Now we understand this right angle triangle. Now we will consider this right triangle. And what about this one? In right angle triangle CBD, for this right angle triangle we are having acute angle 45 degree, and its opposite angle side will be this one, and it is perpendicular, and it will be what? Base. So again we are having perpendicular and base, so we will use tangent theta trigonometric ratio. So we can say theta is what? 45 degree. Tangent 45 degree will be what? CD upon BC. Tangent 45 will be equal to what? Perpendicular is what? CD, and base will be what? BC. Now we are considering this triangle only, so base will be this one, not this one. Clear? We will consider BC as a base. Clear? Now put the values. Tangent 45 degree equal to what? 1. And CD, it is given in the question 75, and BC we assumed as a x. Once we solve this one, cross multiplication when we do, then we are getting x equal to what? 75 meter. It means distance between this sheep to this point will be what? 75 meter we obtained. Clear? Now what we can say, in the, we want what? We don't want this one, we want the distance between both the sheaps. So clear? So once we put this value in the equation number 1, then we can easily to find the value of y. Clear? Put x equal to 75 meter in equation 1, then what will be the result? X equal to 75 plus y, and this y we want, so we will solve for the y equal to what? 75 square root of 3. Solve for the y can be written as 75 square root of 3 minus 75. Finally take common 75 in the right hand side, then what will be the y? Y will be what? 75 times of square root of 3 minus 1 meter, and this will be what? Required answer, or we can say distance between the two ships will be what? 75 into square root of 3 minus 1 meter. This will be what? Answer. Clear? I hope you understand this one. Again I am revising with in 1 to 2 minutes. What we are having? We are having one lighthouse, and the height of this lighthouse from the sea level is what? 75 meter. Clear? But we are having from the top of the lighthouse angle of depression. We are observing two ships. We are observing two ships from the top of the lighthouse, and we are having two angles. We are having two angles, 30 degree and 45 degree, and they are what? Angle of depression. It means we lower our head to observe these two seas, and what angles? With horizontal line and line of sight, what? 30 degree and 45 degree. So automatically what we can say, this and this are what? Parallel lines, and they are what? Transversal. Then we are getting interior angles, and we can say alternate interior angles will be equal. So this angle will be equal to this one, and this one will be equal to this one. Then we are considering this right angle triangle and this right angle triangle, and we are getting the equations, and finally once we put this value in this equation, and we are getting required result. So for finding these, first we are assuming distance between both one is a y meter, and distance between this ship and this point will be what? X meter, and we are getting equation solving, and we are getting distance between the two ships will be what? 75 into square root of 3 minus 1 meter, and this will be what? Required result. I hope you understand this question. That's all about this question. Thank you so much.